All right, wonderful. Well, welcome to our Wednesday class. Today, we're actually going to approach class from kind of a different angle. A lot of yoga is the mind, body, spiritual connection and how it's really like one system. And so what we usually do is take a minute to ground and then we move through our bodies and then kind of settle into the other elements that kind of make us, like the breath or maybe a sense of spirit. So this time we're actually going to start with the meditation and then kind of awaken out of that with movement and a little bit of stretch, like almost I'm knocking this plant over. All right, how far can I go? All right, so hopefully I'm not blinding you. Sun against my pale skin. We're going to actually start with a meditation today. And it's a seated meditation. So find yourself in a position that's comfortable. If you have a block or pillow and you want to sit on your knees, or maybe just crisscross, sit on a chair. I'm going to be reading the meditation off of my phone, my very meditative phone. But just find yourself in a position where you feel that your heart can stay open. Maybe your spine is a little lifted and not sinking into itself. Just take a few grounding breaths like we usually do, and then begin to either lower your gaze or close your eyes. And this meditation will take, just so you're prepared, a little bit over 10 minutes or so. So feel free to shift if you need to make adjustments during this exercise. So this meditation is aptly named, Giving Yourself Compassion for Failures and Mistakes. She audibly laughs. Otherwise known as a kind of loving kindness, which tends to, it's a lovely word, loving dash kindness. But what does it really mean? And I'm going to use today a meditation that applies it towards self-compassion. All right, so first, make sure you're in a comfortable position, sitting either on a cushion, a chair, something very comfortable where you can sit upright yet relaxed. And settle into your posture, noticing how your body feels, the sensation of your feet touching the floor, or maybe your legs are crossed and where your feet have fallen, the weight of the arms, the weight of your head, your bottom touching whatever cushion or seat it's sitting on. Just be in your body right here, right now, fully inhabiting your lived experience. And allow your attention to move outward to sounds. What sounds are arising right now? Are there noises outside your window? Maybe a fan is blowing, leaves rustling, traffic. What sounds do you hear? And try not to reach out to the sounds, but just let the sounds arrive, the sound waves entering your mind and your body. Now focus your breathing, the sense of inhaling and exhaling, whether you feel the breath most strongly at your nostrils, or perhaps that your chest rises and falls. We'll take a few moments just to rest with our breath, simple and easy. Notice the peacefulness of being quiet, of resting, as you just gently breathe. Now, I'd like you to bring to mind some aspect of your personality, or perhaps some mistake that you've made, a failure that has been bothering you lately. Something that perhaps you've been criticizing yourself for, or that has made you feel inadequate in some way. Whatever this trait or action is, try to get in touch with your feelings about it. What does it make you feel? Sad, frightened, isolated, inadequate? How have you felt in the past when you thought about this inadequacy? See if you can locate the sensations of the emotions in your body. Perhaps it's a tightness in your throat, or a heaviness in your heart or chest, tension in the shoulders. What emotions do you feel when you think about this mistake or inadequacy, and where are these emotions felt in the body? Just actually allow them to be there instead of resisting feeling these natural feelings that arise when we judge ourselves. Just notice them. What am I feeling? What are the emotions in my body? Begin to get in touch with how much suffering is caused by our self-judgment, our fears of not being good enough. Some of our greatest suffering is caused at our own hands by the belief that somehow we should be perfect. Take your hand, or both hands if you prefer, and place it gently over your heart in a calm, soft, comforting manner. You might even want to rub a little soothing, reassuring circle in that area. See if you can sense your heart right now. See if you can let your heart be moved by how difficult your emotional experience is when you think about this thing that makes you feel bad about yourself. So what we'll do now is repeat some phrases, loving kindness phrases, designed to help you feel compassion for the act that you are an imperfect being. You try your best, but no one on this planet is perfect. We're all inadequate in some way. We all make mistakes. We all fail. This is the human experience. It's okay. So repeat the phrases silently. I'll say them aloud, and then you can repeat them to yourselves. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be kind to myself. May I accept myself as I am. Feeling the warmth of your hand on your heart, repeat to yourself, may I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be kind to myself. May I accept myself as I am. Continue to repeat these phrases silently as you wish, really trying to get in touch with the intention behind the words. The intention to offer yourself kindness, compassion, acceptance. As your mind wanders, which it inevitably will do, just refresh the phrases in your mind. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be kind to myself. May I accept myself as I am. Giving yourself the same kindness and support and acceptance you would give to a good friend who was feeling bad about themselves. You may repeat, may you be safe. May you be peaceful. May you be kind to yourself. May you accept yourself as you are. Remembering that everyone is in the same boat. Everyone feels inadequate in some way. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone fails. That is the human condition. This is normal. This is something we all share. It's okay. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be kind to myself. May I accept myself as I am. And remembering all your fellow humans who struggle with self-judgment the way you do. Let's change the phrases slightly again so that we include everyone in our intention for self-compassion. May we all feel safe. May we all be peaceful. May we all be kind to ourselves. May we all accept ourselves as we are. Gently repeating the phrases as they come. Now I'd like you to think of something that's been causing you suffering that you don't necessarily blame yourself for. Maybe you have a loved one who's sick, or something that's gone wrong in your life just due to external circumstances, something that's very hard to bear, hard to deal with. And also, give yourself compassion for this source of suffering. Your suffering comes from two main sources: from ourselves not being as we want, or from our lives not being as we want. So thinking of this aspect of your life that's causing you pain, repeat the following phrases. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be kind to myself. May I accept my life as it is. This is the way things are in the present. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be kind to myself. May I accept my life as it is. Repeating the phrases silently to yourself in any order, in any variation. Soothing and comforting yourself with the difficulties of living the human life. Really feel your caring concern, tenderness for yourself, struggling like so many others. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be kind to myself. May I accept my life as it is. Again, put your hand on your heart, or if it's been there the whole time, take a moment and really feel your hand on your heart. While we've been focusing on comforting ourselves for painful feelings, for suffering, now see if you can feel what the compassionate self feels like. And if you're unable to tap into this compassionate self, acknowledge any self-judgment you have. Just acknowledge where you are in the self-compassion journey. And exploring what this compassionate self feels like, maybe your heart is tingling where your hand is, or feels warm, or is feeling the warmth from your hand. Maybe it feels vibrant in some way. Perhaps you notice the good qualities of an open heart that's filled with compassion. the beautiful feelings of tenderness, care, concern, kindness. Noticing the joy of compassion, of connectedness, of open-heartedness. This is also part of the human condition. Again, this is not your experience with your compassionate self. Let yourself be where you are on this journey. Thank yourself for being such a good, supportive friend. May we all be well and safe and happy and free. You may remove your hand from your heart, flicker open your eyes, just feel back into your physical presence. Take a few breaths. That meditation is a simple, not a simple meditation, but simply from a website called mindfulnessexercises.com, which lets you get transcripts for free. So we're going to move now right into our asana, our body practice, feeling how it's maybe different to receive the meditation first, and different ways you may or may not have sunk into it or identified with it, and see how it feels to end now with motion. All right, so to begin, we're going to clasp our hands behind at the base of our neck. Your thumbs can just be gentle. You're going to open your elbows like wings. You're going to inhale, tall spine. And exhale, dropping your chin towards your chest, letting the weight of your hands pull you down. Your wings can come down past your ears. Inhale, get tall, arms open. Exhale, let everything droop. Elbows towards the ground, nose towards the ground, curling that spine. Do two more like this in your own breath. Inhale, tall, open. And exhale, letting that air out as you round the spine, dropping those elbows. You even want to bring it close to your eyes. Final round. Ready, return your head back to neutral. Next, we're going to clasp our hands in front of our chin. We're going to do a similar thing in reverse. We're going to place our knuckles under our chin gently. And this time on the inhale, spread our elbows, dropping our head, gazing at the ceiling. Exhale, drawing everything back. Inhale, opening up. Elbows out, gaze lifts. Exhale, elbows come to close. Head back to neutral or slightly down. Two more in your own breath. And your last one, the deepest breath, full body breath that you've taken all practice. Really let the air squeeze out with that movement of the arms. And release those hands. Head comes back to neutral. And we're going to inhale, left arm up, reaching over to the right ear. Exhale, dropping your left ear to the left shoulder. Your hand can reach the ground, your right arm can, fingertips can reach the floor. Take a couple breaths here. Feeling the stretch down the right shoulder. Next inhale, release, come back to neutral. Exhale, reaching that arm slowly, right arm reaches towards left ear. Using the exhale to gently guide your right ear towards the floor, keeping that heart open. Take a couple breaths. Next inhale, release the hand, let the head come back to neutral. Next, we're going to do a little sequence of eagle arms. So if you're sitting on your knees, it may be nice to come into a crisscross position. If you're sitting on a chair, simply keep your legs out. We're going to inhale, our arms come out into this kind of winged position. Exhale, cross your right arm underneath your left. Inhale, cross them again. And exhale, bring the palms together or bring your fingertips towards the midline. Next, inhale, send your elbows up, trying to keep the right angle in your arms and not letting your hands drop behind your head as much. Take a couple breaths here, feeling that stretch in the shoulder blades. Inhale to get tall. Send your body forward in a slight bow. Feel free to keep going. And then your next inhale, you come right back up. Exhale to unwind. Arms back out into wings. Inhale, we're going to drop our left arm under our right. Exhale, crisscross again. Inhale, hands come together towards the midline. On your next inhale, send those fingertips up, 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 feeling that stretch in the shoulder blades. On your next exhale, bend forward on one breath. Inhale, come back up, energized. Exhale, untangle. Arms come back out. And gently place your arms at your legs. Very nice. Inhale, shoulders come to your ears. Exhale, they roll down your spine. 2 more rounds in your own breath cycle. Excellent job. Next, we are going to bring our feet out, knees pointing towards the ceiling. I'm going to turn this way. Actually, extend both straight. Give us a little shake. I can feel a slight cramping from having my legs crossed. You did. Okay, so you're going to bend your right leg over your left, reaching your left arm up. Get a deep, tall spine. Exhale, crossing that arm, the left arm over your right knee. You can leave it like this straight. You can bend that elbow. Your right arm is just kind of a kickstand for you. So you use it to support yourself on your inhales to get tall. And your exhales, you can help twist from the low belly using that kickstand with the right fingers. Taking some deep belly breaths can, even in a twist, can you bring air into the low belly. Final round. Make sure you get some length in that spine. And then the exhale, come on back to center. Uncross that right leg, give it a little shake. Inhale, crossing the left leg over. Right arm goes tall. Exhale, dropping that right elbow over that left knee, using the left fingers as a kickstand. Maybe you look over your left shoulder. Maybe you look over your right. Inhale to get tall. And exhale to feel into that twist. The breath continually adds motion and a sense of the dynamic into our bodies, even as we sit in a few moments of relative stillness. Next, little final inhale here. And then exhale to come back to center. Untangle that left leg. Give it a little shake. Wonderful. Then we're going to come onto our hands and knees. A little tabletop position. And we're going to send our hips back in space into a child's pose. Here you have some options. You can make prayer hands and drop them over the back of your neck. You can just leave your arms extended. Option to go on your fingertips. Or you can bring your hands back. This is uncomfortable. You can always place a block on your head. or a blanket in between the compression of your legs. Taking whatever variation, trying a few, and taking some breaths here. Maybe you begin to notice the sounds that your breath makes. Excellent. You're going to let your hands come forward. Before we get up, if you want to peek at me, you can. We're going to move into, I forget the name of this pose. It'll come to you before the end of class. What you're going to do is you're actually going to place the crown of your head onto the ground, keeping weight in your legs so you can control the weight of your head on the ground. You're going to reach your hands back towards your heels. I think it's like bird pose, something kind of funny. So again, keeping the weight in your knees and your feet so that you're not putting all the weight on the crown of your head. Begin to play around with maybe dropping your hips slightly forward, slightly back. Bring some breaths into this pose. Maybe you feel your shoulder blades as you stretch towards your heels with those hands. Again, you're feeling too much weight in your head. Just send the hips slightly back in space. And then release it back into child's pose. Move through 3 cycles. So inhale, reach for your heels, lifting your hips, crown of head on the ground. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lower the hips back down, uncurl your head, which is a weird thing to say, forehead on the ground. Inhale, lifting the hips, hands reaching towards your heels, crown of the head on the ground. Exhale, lower your hips back to your heels, forehead meets the ground. Final round inhale, lifting the hips, crown of the head meets the ground, hands reaching towards the heels. Exhale, lower, back, down. Wonderful. And then take whatever child's pose feels good. On your next inhale, roll into a tabletop position. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Move through a few rounds of cat and cow to help seal this practice. Inhale, dropping your belly, gaze lifts, tailbone lifts. Exhale, roll through that spine, curving that back. In your own cycles, cat and cow. Take one more round, ending in a neutral sign. When you've come to a neutral spine, you're going to cross those ankles behind you. Just send your hips back to get you into a seated position. Walk yourself forward so that you can lay down on the ground on your backs, putting pillows wherever you may need them, under your knees, maybe under your lower back. Sometimes you may need a little elevation in your feet. Excellent. Here, just take a moment, arms out to the sides or in cactus arms. We're going to move into a shoulder stretch. So inhale, turn the palms down, grip the floor with your hands. Exhale. Next inhale, you're going to use your right leg to kind of propel your body. I'm actually mixing up my exercises. Let's change it up. Let's take our right knee, cross it over our left, drop it over to the left side, gaze goes to the right. Trying to feel that right shoulder blade towards the ground. Inhale, come on back to center. Uncross your legs. Next inhale, crossing your left leg over your right. Dropping that leg over to the right side. Feeling the left shoulder blade actively moving towards the earth. Palms can be up, they can be down. Maybe your gaze comes over your left shoulder. Your next inhale, come around. Uncross that left leg and bring your right leg up to meet it. So our knees are pointing towards the ceiling. We're now going to move into a shoulder stance with the variation of adding a plow pose, which goes by different names. So feel free to follow along or take any position that feels soothing for you. So we're going to lift up our left leg, send our hips into the air. Maybe we grab underneath our hips and that's where we stay. You can bend your knee or extend it. If you'd like to get both legs up, I like to bring, there's many ways to do that, but I like to bring my legs up in the air, kind of get a little momentum, and then sort of swing my legs up and catch right under my hips. If you're here with me, flexing those feet as if you're stomping on the ceiling, take a deep breath here. Exhale, maybe you want to start dragging those toes above your head. Stopping wherever you feel is a good place. If you'd like to keep going, you can let those hands go, bend those knees and open them a little wide, great to surround your ears, and drop them over your head. Whew. In this little like snowball shape. Knees are towards your ears, feet are on the ground, tops of your feet are on the ground. Take a breath. When you've had enough in this silly pose, you need to curl that spine down, bringing those feet back through plow, maybe round down through the spine. Extend your legs, extend your arms. Ooh, stretch out. Being very lazy about it, bend your right knee and just flip over onto your bellies for our final stretch of the day. Arms are out in airplane or a cactus. Forehead is on the ground. You're going to send your hips towards the right, stacking your feet to get a nice stretch on the right shoulder blade. Your top foot can be supportive, it can be bent, you can keep it on top straight. Your arms can be wherever you want to play around. And your right ear is on the ground, or just the right side of your forehead. You don't want your forehead to be down. Inhale very carefully, roll back to center. Nice and gently, take a deep breath, arms out. Your next inhale, you can bring your left ear to the mat. You can use your front arm, your right arm to help push your body gently onto the left hip. Your right arm can do synchronized swimming, you can do whatever feels right. I'm keep knocking these candles over, thank goodness they're not real. Your top leg can be a support, it can just be long. And carefully bringing those arms down to support you as you uncurl. Pressing yourself up into tabletop. And begin to cross your legs as we did earlier. To send yourself back. Take a moment in seating. Let's just have our hands in that chin mudra, index finger to thumb, eyes closed. Take a deep breath here. Let it out with a sigh. One more deep breath, just like that. Sigh it out. And keeping our eyelids heavy, just begin to crawl into a reclined position that works for you. Using any supports that you like. Get yourself comfortable. That is not comfortable for me. Just let your ankles and your toes splay out and open. Notice if your palms are up or down. Noticing, perhaps you can call to mind where you felt those sensations when you were thinking about a moment of suffering. You can we send mindful relaxation to those areas, maybe our neck, our jaw, or our chest. Maybe our hands get a little sweaty. Just send some mindful relaxation to those parts of us. Let's just take a moment to breathe and be. And as you continue to rest in this position, a position that brings openness and also comfort, I would like to say thank you and namaste to all of you. Hope to see you again soon. I'm going to end the meeting here. You stay in this position as long as you can, because you deserve to do a little bit of just being for a while. So reconnect with your breath. I will see you all hopefully soon. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good night.